That's right.
All right, welcome. What's going on, everybody? We are live
Yeah.
and direct from the belly of two townhouses. That's right, it's your favorite nerdy podcast. That podcast, of course, being Comic
X. We ha ha ha.
That's right, everybody. ComicXWeeb, episode number 62. Hit that like button right off the bat. Smash
62.
it. Subscribe if you haven't already. We love you guys, whether you're catching us live or on the replay. We always appreciate it. And I am your co-host, James, aka Comics for Cheap, aka hashtag send it to James, aka I got nothing this week. I'm sorry. My brain's not working. But I got my co-host here with me.
It's your boy Chris, aka. You know what it's time for, Dino. Hit the music, man. Black Santa, aka. How the hell you miss an extra point and then go on to miss a 41-yard field goal? Good God, you could have beat the 13th rank, and now y'all done. AKA super cold.
Uh-huh.
What?
Okay.
Water.
Alrighty.
Sponsored by nobody, because we still don't got no sponsors. But I'm telling y'all, it's coming sooner than you think.
Sponsored by
Sooner than you think. It's coming. Next week, I also got something special from y'all coming from super cold water, so that's gonna be fun. But it's coming though. Everything's coming.
it's all coming.
It's all.
There's a meme or a video of Donald Trump going around where he just says, "I'm coming," and it just stops and like looks around. I'm just like, why is this dude still making speeches? I don't understand.
I mean, maybe he was coming, and he had to stop.
Obviously he was coming. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, welcome everyone. Again, hit that like button for us. All that usual shenanigans.
Smash it, you know it.
Smash it. We're gonna jump off right off the bat with some college football shenanigans. Just because there were so much.
We're gonna start off by saying your boy won $1,000 on the Ohio State Notre Dame game. Putting it all on my boys down in Ohio State. That's my team. And I was, guy always talk trash about me and this and that. And, I was like, put your money where your mouth is, bro. We always had it back and forth whether or not Notre Dame is legit, whether Ohio State's legit. Even though it's funny when you think about it, Ohio State, we won championships the last couple of decades,
Right.
But when did Notre Dame, last time they won a championship? No one knows.
Last time Notre Dame was relevant, it was the movie Rudy, and I'm pretty sure that didn't put them in a great light. I don't like why they got this kid playing for Notre Dame. I don't know. What is he, like the janitor or the water boy? What is this, like real life water? I don't know what it was. I don't even remember. I think he was like challenged. Was he a challenged kid that was playing? I really don't know. But that's the only thing I think of when people say Notre Dame football. I'm like, oh, so a bunch of challenged kids out there on the field. Playing football. That's cool.
That's a little harsh right there. But hey, that could, stuff like that. My sponsors. But yeah, they're like seriously though, Notre Dame ain't done nothing, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Like screw them. And it felt good too. Obviously, it felt good getting that money. You know what I'm saying? But it felt good watching Ohio State take Notre Dame out, put those punks in their place. Felt good. Number 2, number 5. Those punks, chumps, wannabes.
I was a little worried. I watched the most of the game up until the point where I was like, "Yeah, Ohio State is definitely gonna win." But I was like, at first though, I was like, "Damn, what the heck is Ohio State just kind of waking up?" They sleeping a little bit on taking a nap, just like kind of maybe they were playing like the tortoise and the hare type strategy where they were like, you know what, Notre Dame, we'll let you have the first quarter, and then just as like a handicap because they are handicapped, so it's like it's your handicap.
All right.
and then yeah, we'll start playing in the second quarter.
Right. So yeah, that was all good. That was all good. But James, I think we definitely got to bring up, man,
We
what
got to
the
bring up.
hell happened in the ECU
Oh my
and
god!
number 13th ranked NC State game?
So it was a lot of shenanigans for all the North Carolina teams. It seemed like
It
this
really
weekend.
was.
Like North Carolina was all up in the news, and for some good reasons, some bad reasons, mostly bad reasons.
Mainly
Uh,
bad.
Mainly bad, but you know what? I guess you gotta take what you get. So NC State won, so that's a positive for North Carolina, yay. But ECU, it wasn't a clean win. Let's just put it that way. ECU
Yeah.
was starting to put the beat down on NC State there, especially right towards the end, and then going to tie it up. Still had some time left. All they got to do is make this field goal, and the kicker comes out. And it's not even like the NFL field goal where they pushed them back, where they got them back however many yards. This is still college field goal where they're just right there. All you got is like for a kicker, it should be automatic. You could
It
do it
should
in
be.
your sleep. You shouldn't even have to fret. Like there's no wind can't affect it. The only thing that can affect it is your placeholder fucking up, or if
Mhm.
someone breaks through the line and
Right.
goes to block it. There's the only two things
Yeah.
that should fuck up your extra point.
Mhm.
Well, this dude is like, you know what? I'm gonna go above and beyond and fuck it up myself.
Mm.
It just goes out there and just straight misses the extra point. That's all right though. We got some time. So ECU comes back down on the drive after shutting out NC State. For on their little run attempts to get further ahead. They're like, nah, shut it down. Now they're coming back down. All right, we're
Intentionally
on like
run the clock all the way down to the end.
yeah, we're on like the 20-something yard line. It's a 41-yard field
41
goal
yard
attempt.
field goal. End the
Out,
game. Go home.
out,
Beating the
out
13th
comes the
rank.
champ. You can almost hear the music when he's marching out. He's like, the champ is here. And he's like marching out. The champ is here. The champ is here. And he goes. And he's like, I guess this dude was an NC State fan because he blew this kick too. I don't know what was going on. He was on his knees blowing the game, is what I'm telling you.
Bro, the mafia got to him, bro, and was like, yo, this happens. You need to make sure you do what you gotta do. Lose this game.
He had money on NC State for sure.
Yeah, he had money on NC State, bro.
I want to see his DraftKings report right now. God damn it. I need to see who he's been betting on recently because I'm fairly positive he had money on NC State. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. Nah, man, this was an embarrassment. This was an embarrassment all around. For NC State, it was an embarrassment because, I mean, you're the 13th ranked team. I have no idea why they was 13th ranked. When the AP came out, and I'm looking at the ranks, and I'm like, yep, we're number 2, okay. And I'm looking at teams, Clemson's number 5, maybe they should be 4. Georgia's there. I'm like, Then I come to 13. NC State? Who the hell is on NC State to make them 13th ranked? Like, I don't see this team being that good whatsoever to be 13th ranked. To me, they should be at highest 17, not 13. Okay. And then they proved it to me.
Yeah.
To look, it is, let's call it a crappy ass school like ECU. You struggle that bad. And let's call it what it is. You didn't beat them. ECU beat themselves.
Oh, 100%.
Like, literally, the fact that they could have put y'all, just ended it. And they missed a field goal at the end. And honestly, if it plays out as normal, they would have at least went into overtime. And I like ECU chances because NC State looked like they had nothing.
Nothing in the tank.
And then you end up just surviving. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there like, this, like, you have nothing to like really celebrate. You should, because one, I haven't looked at I looked a little bit at the latest poll. I can't remember if NC State dropped, but they should have, because what's funny enough, we dropped from 2 to 3, even though we beat the number 5 ranked team. Okay. But NC State struggled against garbage. And then, like, you have nothing to celebrate. And then if you're on the ECU side, this would have been one of the biggest wins of your school history. Not only are you beating the hated NC State, you're beating the 13th ranked team. This how you put some respect on your name. Respect the Pirates. And then what do? This kicker doesn't do that, man. I'm telling you, boy. I don't know. Like I told you off behind the scene, bro. Like I would do everything in my power, show my man nothing but love, make sure he protected, calm these fools down. You know, it's just a game. Let's not try to kill anybody, hurt nobody. Nobody hurt. Death threats need to calm down. But
NC State
if I'm a member of that team, and be honest with you, Dino, I'm probably gonna tell him after everything's good, be prepared to fight because I'm gonna deck you. We gotta throw hands, and it's gonna be left at that.
You're gonna punch him. You're gonna knock him out.
I have no choice. I gotta put him on his ass because, bro, you cost us against the 13th rank.
You're gonna do it.
But love and make sure you're safe and make sure these fools don't do nothing crazy to you. But after it's all said and done and everything is calm, just let you know, bro, I'm gonna hit you.
You're gonna do it on Parents Weekend, right? So you knock him out in front of his mama.
Yep.
It looks like NC State, according to this thing that I'm looking here at the NCAA.com rankings, football has dropped to rank 18.
Look at that. You go from 13 to 18. Why? Because you struggled against that bad of a team. That shows you that everybody was like, bro, that's an embarrassment. You don't ever drop that low at all. From beating a team. Even when you struggle, you don't drop. That shows how bad that win was. And that's very rare when you have a bad win. But that was a bad win. That's that right there. If anybody ever wondered, what do they mean in college sports? And I'm like, that's a bad win. That was a bad win. Because you struggle so much that you end up getting dropped so low because of how bad that win was. Because you didn't win. You just survived.
So while we're talking about college football, what are your opinions on the new playoff format that they're trying to?
100% stupid.
Okay, go ahead.
It's 100% dumb because now financially it's brilliant and it's literally only done for a financial aspect.
Okay,
but come on, man, it was so special to be one of the top 4 teams. I was fine when they made it to a 14 playoff. Honestly, I think it would have been okay if they made it to maybe a 16 playoff. Okay. This thing is like what, 12 teams?
12 team, yeah.
How stupid is that?
So explain.
There's not 12 teams who's deserving of the college championship. That's not how that ever worked. Ever. I can't remember one year where I was like, man, that's 12 teams that can win it. No. It has always come down to at most 5 or 6. So explain for us. I just think it's dumb, man.
Explain for us what this means, the 12-team format for because college football, I'm not going to lie to you, has always been a little bit confusing when it comes down to the playoffs. They've changed it so many times. They've made certain change, like whatever. Then of course bowl games almost appear random for the casual viewer. So go ahead and tell us like how what exactly they've changed for this 12-team playoff system.
Because originally it was just, obviously at the beginning for the longest time, it was just the top 2 ranked teams will go at it for the national championship. Whoever's number 1, number 2, they will go at it and it all be all. Then they changed it. And I felt it hasn't even been that recent, to be honest with you. It's definitely been in the last like 10 or so years. Maybe 20, maybe it's been that long. Gosh, but it hasn't been that long. They changed it to the top 4. The top 4 ranked teams will go at it, and they would go at it, and eventually it'll get to the final 2, and then just like a regular playoff. So now we have 12 teams. So now the top 12 ranked teams will now go into a playoff format, which I'm not fully for sure, but I'm assuming it's just as normal. And they will just duke it out till we finally get to the final 2, who will go at it for the championship.
So it's like, it's basically like a bracket thing.
It's just a bracket. It's just going to be. Okay. It's just going to be a bracket between the top 12 teams, whoever's number 12 and go on to number 1, and then they're just going to go at it until we crown us the champion. Again, from financially, that's all this was made for. But in the grand scheme of things, it's dumb. You don't need 12 teams in a playoff series like this. There's not 12 teams deserving of the top rank.
The upset could be crazy.
When it was 4, is that a loss could ruin your season. So you did everything in your power not to go down. And it was huge when a team went down who was let's say Ohio State, they go down to like Purdue or something. Dude, we might not make the playoffs now. We're pretty much done. Like that, it was big. It gave so much intensity. It was just awesome. You know, it was anxiety. It was great. It made teams play 10 times harder. Now there's 12. So honestly, you can lose 2 games and still probably make the playoffs and have a chance to win a national championship. That's ridiculous to me. I don't like it.
You don't like it? Number 12 right now, by the way, is Florida. I bet you they like it a lot.
I'm pretty sure they love it right now, at least. I mean, this is the thing that's so funny about it. Technically, let's say NC State, since I trashed them so much, but let's say they run the table and they just look super dominant moving forward. They can probably get them way up into the 12th rank and then be playing in the playoff series.
I don't think they would be super dominant. I mean, the last time I've heard anyone good coming out of NC State,
that would happen. If they dominated straight through and looked like freaking world eaters, you know, and they just destroyed every team moving forward by like 30 or 40, they can sneak their way all the way up to 12 or 10, and then they're now in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then they're going to get wiped when they go against a real team that can play.
Every now and then they announce someone in the NFL that was from NC State. It's never anyone like big or anything like that, but I'd say Russell Wilson is like the biggest name to come from state.
I mean, he's huge. I mean, he's Super Bowl champion, one of the best quarterbacks to play. He's on the Denver Broncos, got a crazy extension. Yeah. Married to Sierra.
Oh, we're gonna talk about quarterback marriages. Tom Brady and Giselle. Uh-oh. I might have to hit up Giselle real quick.
Yeah, because I'm very sure you have a lot to offer a supermodel wife, you know, who before she put her career on hold made more than Tom Brady did.
But she ain't ever had some of this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, tell him, Tito. Oh, I got you, bro. I'm with you, brother. I gotta admit, though, let's call it what it is. This is Tom Brady's fault. Like,
yeah, oh well, duh.
No. Here's what I mean, though. Here's what I mean. Because, you know, some people might make the argument, well, he just wants to play football. What's wrong with him continuing his career? Okay. All right. Giselle took a huge backseat in her career for Tom Brady to focus fully on his career. And she's been dealing and taking care of the kids while he's out here being completely psycho Tom when need be. Cool. Awesome. Tom Brady has, 7 Super Bowls? Okay. Multiple MVPs. Literally, there's nothing else he can do. When he went to Tampa Bay, there's nothing else he can do. Him winning another Super Bowl really means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Yes, it adds to his legacy, but it doesn't mean anything. He's already looked at as not just the greatest quarterback of all time. Most would say he's the greatest player of all time, football-wise, period. He can at least make the argument.
He's a top 5 athlete.
Really go against it, to be honest with you, with his success, his overall success. Right. But, like, I mean, even though, again, personally, I'm a bigger Peyton Manning fan. You know, and Lawrence Taylor, a lot of people will say he's the greatest overall football player of all time. But, you know, again, like I said, Tom Brady is the best. He's the GOAT, right? When you think of the GOAT, Tom Brady's one of the biggest GOATs. And then it's like a Michael Jordan or whatever. But again, there's nothing else he can do. So he retires. Giselle's happy. It's what she's wanted. He said in interviews that's what she wanted him to do. He retires. And then like 2 weeks later, coming back.
Right, he spent 2 weeks with those kids.
Face seeing this fool talk about he's coming back. Man.
He'd just be like, maybe I'm trying to make another couple million. He's like, fuck them kids, bro. I ain't doing that for the next year.
You raised those kids.
Shit. Oh my God.
I gotta go play some football.
And he's like, I'm getting a vasectomy and I'm going back to the fucking game. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Bro, I'm just sitting there like, Tom, come on, bro. like it is on the grand scheme of things kind of selfish. I mean, I'm making jokes about it, but it really is selfish. I mean, there's nothing left you to prove. It's one thing if he didn't win a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay and he's still trying to get that, like, I didn't need the Patriots off his back. Bro, you did that the first year you got there with the Stinkineers. That was their nickname, the Stinkineers. And you got them the championship, bro. There's nothing left to prove. There's nothing left to do. And then you're just like, nah, I can't. This dude's like, what, 46? Bro, enough. I'm pretty sure he's like 44, 45. Whatever he is. Enough. Go home, Tom.
Facts.
Go home.
Facts.
And be with your wife and raise your kids.
No, because it's not even that.
He's a big part of their life too, and the years his kids are too.
Well, he's already signed his fucking broadcasting contract. It's not like he's not gonna work after he's done. So that's where I don't see why anyone would be angry, I guess. You know, it's like he's already committed to this. Well, I guess maybe it's not as intensive every day type of thing. But still, I mean,
no, it's not. It's not. He would only be on certain games, and still, again, the money they're paying him just blew my mind because he's not even on like every single game. So I'm like, wow, y'all are stupid. But yeah, like I know Tom Brady's the GOAT, but I don't think that's that great of an investment in the grand scheme of things.
That's just Fox being Fox. Fox throwing out that Disney money. You know what I'm talking about?
I guess so. But you know, I just want to say this one last thing too. You know. And I do want to make sure I say this to clarify things. Yeah, of course, Giselle made a lot more money than Tom. Tom did take a lot of short contracts, not short contracts, but pay cuts to make sure the Patriots was always, you know, as best as they could be. Even though it always made me wonder, what the hell did Bill do with that money? Because they never signed anybody like crazy good, where you're like, oh my God,
well,
the
Bill
Patriots signed this dude. Wow, Bill, that's where that money's going for, that Tom took those pay cuts. So I always wondered where a lot of that money went. But who cares?
Would Bill even have, I mean, he would have a small hand in it, but it comes down to the general manager. What the fuck is the general manager doing with it?
Bill is the general manager.
So he's the head coach and the general manager?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Bill has full control, bro.
Forgive me.
The only person who can tell him no.
So you know where that money was going then, right?
Mr. Kraft is the only person who can tell him no.
So you know where that money was going then, right?
Where?
Fucking Bill's pocket. Like, how is it not obvious that Bill's just like, oh, that's a good pay cut, Tom. Thank you for that, brother. And he just slid that right down the front of his pants. You know what I mean? It's like a cop putting found money in a vest and then reporting half the money found at a drug bust. That's exactly what Bill was doing. Bill is the dirtiest cop I've ever seen come out of Massachusetts.
I mean, he is.
Bill looked like the type of dude who turns his body cam off when he pulls someone over.
I mean, look, he would probably do that, would he? I mean, let's call it what it is. Bill Belichick is the dirtiest. You talking about Ric Flair being the dirtiest player in the game? Woo! Bill Belichick is that for the NFL. I mean, Bill Belichick, yo, that dude be. I mean, if you ain't what they say,
That dude got caught cheating no less than 5 times I could count and name off right now, and he's still allowed to be the head coach and apparently general manager of the Bills. This dude is like, Patriots. Oh my God, yeah. Or I'm sorry, Patriots. Yeah, I said Bills because I was thinking Bills.
Yeah, you said Bills. Got the Bills on the mind, huh?
I got Bill. Well, his
Buffalo
name's
Mafia?
Bill. Might as well be on the Bills. Yeah, that's the opening game, right?
You gonna join the Bills team? You're gonna say, screw Carolina, I'm a Bills fan now.
Isn't that the Bill? No, fuck no. Is the Bills opening on Thursday? Is that what's going down? Isn't it like Bills and LA
and Rams?
Or something? Yeah,
Bills and Rams.
Hell yeah.
That's a big time game too. Like that's how you start a season right there.
That's gonna be fun.
How you start a season. Props to the NFL on that. That's how you get it popping, bro.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. Like I've been missing football. All right, we're gonna move off of football now, though.
Yeah.
And get into a little bit of. So next week we're gonna have a lot to talk about because Disney Plus Day is in 2 days. So we're hoping for some kind of announcements, some confirmations. There's a lot of rumors circling around. We're getting Thor: Love and Thunder dropping to Disney Plus, along with some other random movies. I think there was talk. I don't know. There's some other random bullshit Disney movies that are dropping the same day. But
Yay!
Thor: Love and Thunder
Love
is
and
also.
Thunder. Yay!
Yeah, woohoo!
Ooh.
Said nobody. Unless it's
Yeah.
like an extended cut or a different version, then maybe we'd be excited.
Maybe.
But a couple of things circulating the rumor
Talk to
mill.
me.
One of them being about the Fantastic Four movie being a largely multiverse type movie and will feature heavily the Silver Surfer as well as Ramu Tut being cast or thrown around in there as well as Ramu Tut, as we know, the first iteration of Kang going as far back as the Egyptian times. And so that's very exciting. That's super exciting. Cool. I mean, I almost blew a load when I was reading that because Silver Surfer is my guy. And
Plus,
I have a whole bunch of
scene
Silver
from the
Surfer
original
movies.
Fantastic Four that had him where he went through the building and everything, right? I know you're so happy about that.
No,
they're gonna reenact that.
No, they're fucking not. No, they're not. They're not doing any of that.
Yo, I'll put money to go reenact that, bro.
Bro, if he just phases through, he didn't even phase through the building. He like dragged half the building out with him.
And say that was for you, Dino.
I'll walk out.
He walks right out of the theater.
I'll walk out of the fucking theater, bro. I'm not doing it. I'll ask for my money back at the fucking
ask for my money back.
Yeah. Dude, when I worked at movie theaters, it was funny. Like, I swear once a week I had someone asking for their money back for a movie. That's no exaggeration.
Wow.
I'm like,
how did that go for him?
Yeah, just be like, no, you can talk to a manager.
Yeah.
Be like, bro, you decided in the last 20 minutes of the movie that you wanted your fucking money back? Like,
right. Like,
what?
Good luck with that. Like,
so confused. But anyways, they're also yeah, I'll throw popcorn at your face. How about that?
No extra butter though. It's just
best I could do. Open your mouth. I'll throw popcorn. Whatever lands in your mouth sticks. Go ahead and walk out the door.
Keep that. It's free.
Yeah, you keep that for free. I'll sweep up the rest. You don't have to worry about the mess. You know what I mean?
There you go.
I got the mess, and that's that. All right, so also in kind of rumored, or people have said they have reliable sources stating that Marvel Studios is going to announce the signing of some talent for Phase 5, including, but not limited to, John Boyega, Henry Cavill, aka Superman.
I heard Henry Cavill name. Yeah, okay.
Jodie Comer, Daisy Edgar Jones.
Okay.
John Krasinski, aka Jim from The Office. Juan Carlo Esposito, aka Gus from Breaking Bad, or the dude from The Boys, the big boss. And Denzel Washington.
Oh shit, Denzel?
Yeah. How you feel about them names being tossed around for the MCU?
Well, since it's Denzel, I know he's gonna die. Dude, he dies in almost every movie he's in. He loves that shit apparently. Like seriously, like a lot of his most iconic roles, he died.
That's true. He's gonna walk into Marvel and be like, King Kong ain't got shit on me. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep, there it is. You're like, all right, thanks, Denzel, for showing up. We got a picture. No, that's some good names, man. That's exciting.
Good names.
It's just all about where you're gonna put them. I will say this: the Henry Cavill one was the one that kind of got me. Was like, is he really gonna jump ship? Because there's no way he's doing both.
And not even about jumping ship, I don't think.
I mean, I think it's just. I mean, either because come on, you really think he's still gonna do Superman and he's gonna be in Marvel?
Dude, he's one of the most booked actors right now.
No, I get that, but I'm saying if you're DC, would you be okay with that?
Yeah, as long as there's no scheduling conflicts, right?
I would want him to definitely consider. I would want a big name like that to be exclusively with us. So I would do what I can to make sure he's with us. If you're Marvel, of course you're gonna get them. But I mean, like I said, man, I'm gonna do what I can to keep these guys exclusive. In the
DC
sense
ain't done shit to keep Henry Cavill though.
No, I know. DC has dropped the ball with him. Obviously, I mean, think about it. When The Rock, was doing the Black Adam thing a couple of weeks ago, and he brought up the fact that it depends on who's playing Superman. The fans started booing him because they was upset that how dare you not say Henry Cavill? They want him. We want him, and I do too. The fans are really behind him playing Superman.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like, bro, like, why would you disrespect him the way DC has done all these years? But I don't know. I guess you're right. Like, I mean, if I'm him, I probably would go to Marvel.
Yeah, gotta get the bag. He's getting the money from The Witcher.
Yeah, you get the bag. Plus, I mean, you're going to a place that's gonna have your back in the sense of you're gonna get, you're gonna have cool films and good scripts, and not that
hopefully
Batman v garbage and that freaking Justice League garbage. You're not getting that trash anymore.
Yeah, hopefully, hopefully. He's did The Witcher. He's allegedly in talks for season 2 of House of the Dragon. Marvel allegedly eyeballing him for a role. And there was like something else that they were talking about. Who do you think would be a potential, placement for Henry Cavill? Like what character could you see him playing? I was
thinking that too.
He comes in, he plays the Sentry. It's just Marvel Superman.
Now that you say that, oh my god, I would do it. I would do that now. I totally forgot about that. Yes, just to crap on DC even more. I'll make you Marvel Superman. Yeah, we're gonna do that. You're gonna play the Sentry. You're just gonna play a bunch of different characters who is like classified as like Marvel Superman.
More realistically, though, could he be Mr. Fantastic?
He would fit the bill pretty well, wouldn't he? I'm like trying to think of, because I really want some X-Men crap. So I'm trying to think of an X-Men he can play.
Cyclops.
That's not bad.
It's not terrible.
No, that's not. No, actually, no. That might be the best choice. You put him in Cyclops, and you actually do Cyclops justice compared to what they did in the original movies. Because let's call it what it is. Cyclops was made a complete bitch in all 3 of the original movies, because he really didn't do that. Like, his best run was really X-Men 1, the first X-Men. X-Men 2, he was just there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was more about
X-Men 3, he was made the ultimate simp, and then he just gets killed early on.
Yeah,
and it was supposed to be dramatic, but it really wasn't. It was just kind of lame.
Like, finally, Jesus Christ,
exactly.
We got rid of...
because they didn't do him good. They did him so bad. And I know you're not the biggest Cyclops fan, and me and you was going back and forth on how his leadership is. But in the grand scheme of things, he really is a good leader in the overall point of view. And
I would love to see.
He's had badass moments in Marvel in the comics.
Oh yeah,
and they just did him so bad.
No, for sure. If not an X-Men or Cyclops, you know what? I would love to see him be a villain. Like, kind of change it up a little bit. Like, I feel like he could have the chops to be a sinister, just evil. Like,
my only thing is, just the only reason why I wouldn't say villain is because how Marvel's track record is when it comes to villain. His chances of him dying and it just being a one-off. I kind of want him to actually build something. I would rather him be a mainstream hero.
Okay. All right. What about Juan Carlo Esposito, Gus in Breaking Bad, or the top executive in The Boys? I forgot his character's name in The Boys. I'm sorry. What man, I think people were calling for him for Professor X.
Have you seen Breaking Bad? Because I remember we were talking about that.
I've seen Breaking Bad, right? I've watched the whole thing. That was one of my favorite shows.
You did see, okay. You did see the whole thing. What do you think he would play a good Professor X? Like, what do you think of his acting skill? Because all I really know him off of, really, that I can really think of, and obviously he's been other things, but The Boys, right? But what in Breaking Bad? What do you think of him?
Is amazing. I'm pretty sure he's in Better Call Saul as well, but I'm not caught up or up to date on that. But he was a fantastic character on that show. It was very much like he could go from just insane to calm and collected in a splits, like a snap of a finger, or the other way around, just whichever one you wanted to do. And he was
Like a
just like,
Joker in DC, right? Like how when you're a
yes,
good Joker story, how he can just be calm and collected, but then instantly snap into the psychopathic anger part of him. Yeah. Okay.
exactly. And he did whatever it took for his own survival type of thing. Like the battle between him and Walt was just classic. And I mean, yeah, I mean, not to like oversell him or anything, but he like definitely a very decent actor. It was always very unpredictable when he was on screen. Like, oh man, like what the fuck is he gonna do next? Because it was like it was just that captivating. So and because of that, I think uh he did get a little bit pigeonholed into a villain type role. He had that little thing with the video game. He's kind of a villain in The Boys, but really just the same kind of a villain that any kind of big, corporate executive would be.
Right.
So I would, maybe like to see his table turned a little bit where he's more of a good guy for once.
But see, the way you explain that, now I feel like I want him to be a villain because at the same time, DC has also had some problems with not having captivated enough villains, where some of their villains are just not memorable. Because honestly, there's a lot. Let's call it what it is. A lot of their movies, their villains are just kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so great when you got like a Killmonger and stuff, and it was so freaking awesome how Christian Bale did such a great job in his limited role, but he was the only real sunshine of that whole crappy, terrible movie.
True.
So it's like, we need more captivating villains. Maybe we need him to be a villain that doesn't get killed off. But maybe like who's playing Ozzy Osbourne? Like maybe
Ozzy
I guess that would
Osbourne.
be something different though, because that would be part of Sony. So never mind.
I don't know. You mean Dr. Octopus?
No, if you had him pay Osborne.
Oh, Harry Osborn. You said Ozzy Osbourne. I'm like, I didn't even know.
I said Ozzy. I don't think it's on else.
I didn't even know the metal guy was coming out here. He's just gonna start playing some part.
No, but if you can't really use it for that. Who's playing Who is playing Doom?
Have they announced anyone?
That's what I'm wondering. No, right? They haven't really announced anybody, period, right? For that or anything in general. How do you think he would do as a Doom? That would be pretty cool, right? If he was Victor.
People are saying ? Maybe Michael Fassbender.
Who's that?
Oh shit! But people are also questioning Giancarlo Esposito as Dr. Doom. Exactly what you were just about to piece together.
That's what I'm saying, because the way you described it to me, he would play a great Victor, right? Like he would play a great Doom, wouldn't he?
God, there's the person who
because if he's that captivating, he can go in and out of crazy and this and that. Dude, I would put him as Doom. That would be too. That's sounds like the perfect guy I would need to be my Dr. Doom.
He would be a really dope Dr. Doom. But unfortunately, you just wouldn't be able to see, like, he does so much with his face too. But obviously, with Doom, you wouldn't be able to do that. At least unless you're origining him, which is just another thing. But then you would need a younger actor. So I don't know how you would do that. People are also saying the Peaky Blinders star Cillian Murphy, who also was Scarecrow in the Christopher Nolan trilogy of Batman. They're talking about him possibly for Dr. Doom. So there's a couple of names being tossed around: Michael Fassbender, Giancarlo Esposito, Cillian Murphy, and we don't know. We don't know who it's going to be yet. I bet you it'll be revealed in a couple days, though.
Yeah, that'll
be able to talk about it next week.
Yeah. Because let's call it what it is. We got to start finding out who's playing these characters now, because we are getting very we're
very close to Black Panther too.
Fantastic Four.
Well, Doom is going to be in Black Panther 2. We already know that.
Oh, that's confirmed. I didn't know that. Doom is in that.
Yeah, it's all but. I'm pretty sure it was confirmed that Doom and Namor. Well, Namor was in the trailer, but I'm pretty sure Doom was actually confirmed as well. Let's see, when is it supposed to drop? So Black Panther 2.
Isn't Ironheart supposed to be in that too?
She's supposed to be. Yeah, November 11th. So we're 1 month away from Black Panther 2. So
Well,
I
if he's gonna be there, yeah.
guarantee we get a full trailer in 2 days, as well as it's a couple confirmations as far as actors, actresses, whoever that is playing um the villains, the Doctor Doom being the main one, I guess, right? Everyone else is kind of confirmed. Shuri is the best guess for Black Panther.
Yeah,
We get the Dora
I'm
Milaje
just assuming
back.
it's gonna be her.
We're getting Ironheart, we already know has been cast, and we've seen images. So yeah, I think Doom is the only question mark.
Okay. I still say, because I remember we did talk about this, but I still, because I just didn't think it was confirmed 100%. I still have I'm not. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of him being in it.
I don't think he's going to be a huge part. I think he's just going to
And
be
he
kind of
shouldn't be,
like
because he definitely
right,
shouldn't be a main villain whatsoever.
right,
If he's just a cameo, I guess that's fine.
yeah.
But I don't know. I still felt he should be in something else. But okay.
I think it's either going to be a cameo, it's going to be an after credit, it's going to be like a little something here or there,
An
maybe
after credit would be cool. That would be
maybe
really cool.
an interaction with Namor because they have so much history together in the
Right.
comics. It would kind of make sense.
But I think that should be an after credit. That would be really lit.
I think that would be cool if it was an after credit,
Yeah.
but who knows what they're gonna do? Because lately the after credits haven't been anything to stay for. It's almost like why am I
It's
even
been
fucking
so bad. That's the main reason why I want it to be an after credit more than a just cameo in the actual movie, because the after credits have been nothing but ass of late.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It's funny that you say that the after credits have been nothing but ass of late, because the after credits of She-Hulk episode 3 was in fact ass. Ass.
Was it her ass?
We'll get into that in a little bit. But so I'm pretty sure that's it for the Disney Plus rumors that I've heard anyway. I don't know if you've heard any other rumors circulating. But we will know for sure in a couple days and be able to report in more detail next week.
Absolutely.
Right,
I don't got any crazy thing. No.
Okay. So let's jump into She-Hulk since that was the segue there. All right, so She-Hulk episode 3. There's really nothing exciting. We got Wong in this episode. He basically comes in and helps Emil's story by saying that he needed to fight Abomination to help secure his place as Sorcerer Supreme. So he goes and they do this whole like little trial thing. Emil transforms into Abomination randomly, and just to prove that he's got Abomination under control when he transforms. So that was a thing. Apparently he has the same kind of Zen or whatever that Bruce has found, the same like one mind. The parole board actually grants that Abomination would be set free effective immediately. And that was pretty much, that was essentially the whole thing. The wrecking crew showed up for a second. She-Hulk whooped their asses. They made a lot of fun of certain aspects of people making fun of the show already. Like they were just kind of like, there was a point where there was like She-Hulk was doing an interview or whatever, and she thought the focus of the interview was going to be about the trial, and they started asking her about like her diet and exercise plan as She-Hulk or whatever, like trying just female celebrity questions. Then they showed like all these tweets or whatever, like, oh, it's cool that there's a female hero, but why is it got to be just a knockoff of the whole? That shit kind of cracked me up a little bit. But then the end, there was like a B story where this other, I don't even know who the fuck he was, but he was basically like, he was trying to sue this shape-shifting person from New Asgard for taking him for a lot of money because she transformed into Megan the Stallion, and he thought he was dating Megan the Stallion. And so that part was actually kind of funny because Megan the Stallion was actually really fucking hilarious in the episode, which kind of shocked me. But at the end, the after credits scene was She-Hulk and Megan the Stallion in the office, and she turns on one of her songs, and they just kind of start dancing and twerking or whatever. So people are like all sorts of mad about this after credit scene that She-Hulk is twerking, and I'm just like, bro. First of all, we should count ourselves lucky that She-Hulk isn't blowing a different guy every episode. All right, so let's just put that out there, because let's be
It's
real.
facts.
In the
Right.
comic books, I mean, like, you could just look at the covers of the Sensational She-Hulk,
Yeah.
and it's like she's naked for a good 5 comic books in a row. Like,
Yeah,
on the
She-Hulk is
cover,
kind of like, she kind of runs on that thing. Just call them what it is. That she's a Hulk. Yeah, she kind of runs on that. So yeah, I got
yeah.
it.
Also, Megan Thee Stallion was fucking hilarious in this episode. Like, she was the star of this episode, 100%.
And I'm not usually a fan of Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not the biggest fan of her music or just
I don't
her
give a
and a
shit
lot
about
of
her
her stuff
music
in general. But
Yeah, I really don't care
that's
about
good.
her music. I don't care about, like, whatever. Like, I've never really seen anything else of her, but she was fucking funny on this episode. That's
And
all
that's
I'll
good
say.
to
Like,
hear, because a lot of times in her interviews, she just comes across kind of like either lame or just kind of stuck up to me. But that's
yeah,
cool that
she
she was
used it a
actually
little bit, I
funny. And
guess, for this episode. She used a little bit of that, like, cockiness, I guess, for this one, but it worked. It was funny.
no,
It
that's
like,
good. Yeah, yeah.
and so I was like, why are people mad that we get to see Megan Thee Stallion shaking her booty on screen? Like, why are we mad about it? Yeah, Street Food says twerking like that green jello. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I was just
No,
like, whatever, dude. Like, it was not worth getting upset. People were like, Stan Lee is rolling in his grave, and I'm like, Stan Lee
I'm pretty
created
sure he
She-Hulk.
wouldn't be rolling his grave for that.
I was like, Stan Lee created She-Hulk. What the fuck you talking? Like, that was the last character he created. He's not
I mean,
rolling in
he'll
his grave.
probably be standing at attention, if you know what I mean, for something like that.
John Byrne is definitely chuckling. He's the one who drew She-Hulk naked on like 15 different She-Hulk covers. So I'll tell you,
Right.
he's definitely like enjoying himself on that one. But yeah, I was just like, dude, it ain't nothing to be upset about. Like, at least the fight this time looked decent. Looked like she was about to fucking murder these dudes. So finally she gets a little bit of cred, I guess, in the fighting aspect. Yeah, I can't. They don't overdo it with the fourth wall break. I think there was one. No, there were two. There was one where she was like, "There's not going to be a cameo every episode." Oh, except for, this guy, this guy, this guy. And she's like, "Oh, maybe there's going to be a cameo every episode." And then the second one was when the Wrecking Crew came up to her to start fighting her, and she was like, "Oh shit!" But then she was like, "Oh yeah," and then she turns into She-Hulk. And that was it. So it's not even like a corny, overdone that aspect. The humor
Right.
part. Wong was pretty funny as usual. Wong just kind of does his thing.
Yeah.
Same as every time he showed up, whether it's Shang-Chi or Doctor Strange. So Wong was Wong, and yeah, it was just another kind of nothing filler, whatever. Just exactly what I thought the show was gonna be, just a filler show. So it was just another episode, but definitely nothing to be upset about. That's all I gotta say.
The only thing to be upset about, I still can't believe I said Ozzy Osbourne instead of Norman Osborn. I still can't get past that.
If Norman Osborn starts a heavy metal band, I swear to God, it's gonna be amazing.
It's the cat's all the bag, man. Me and Norman next week, bro. We're gonna start it, bro. It's happening.
Oh yeah. What, you playing the drums?
Yeah, I'm playing the drums. I'm gonna be rapping. It's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be some crazy stuff,
shit.
man.
You should do the shit what Motley Crue did with the drum, the Tommy Lee, where he builds the cage that like flips upside down and shit.
And then Ozzy is gonna come out there and start eating heads off of bats and stuff. It's gonna be some crazy stuff. I ain't ready for it.
Or off of Spider-Man.
That's right. Peter's gonna be there too. But no, I mean, it sounds like it's just kind of like you said, it's what you expected. I mean, it's not great. It ain't the worst thing in the world, but it ain't good. It's just there.
Yeah. I don't like Hulk didn't make his appearance, so obviously he's off doing whatever bullshit on Sakaar.
Right.
There's only so many episodes, right? So there's only like 3 to 5 episodes left, I'm guessing. I don't think it's longer than 8.
That is interesting because I thought they was gonna drag out the Abomination case pretty much for the whole series, but I guess not.
That's what I thought too. So obviously she's going to get some other stuff. We're still waiting on the Daredevil cameo that's supposed to
Oh, so
be
yeah, he hasn't showed up yet.
happen.
He hasn't
No,
showed up.
Daredevil hasn't shown up. Yeah, whatever's going down with Bruce is still yet to be determined whether we're gonna get actual consequential from that or not. Who
That's gonna be the
knows?
final episode, dude. Bruce gonna come back angry and pissed and ready to go, and then She-Hulk's just gonna like kick his ass. It's gonna be like, "Yep, there's the nail in the coffin for the Hulk. Nothing
No,
left."
I don't think so. Because I don't think that Disney really wants to pay. Look, I was just talking about this with someone too. I don't think that Disney wants to pay Universal to really use the Hulk. I think
Yeah,
they are
that's why you have him get his ass
100%.
kicked, and then She-Hulk becomes the new big bad. Well, not big
Or
bad, but the new Hulk on the block.
just have him get trapped out on Sakaar so he can't come back. That's what I think is going to happen, dude. Like, I think I think Hulk legitimately is just going to get lost. Like, this little excursion thing is like, that's it for the Hulk. He's done. Like, he ain't coming back.
I don't know,
It,
man. I don't know. Marvel has pissed their fans off a little bit, but you know how much of an outcry they're gonna get for that, and how much backlash they'll get if they completely just wash him like that.
But this is how they get rid of they loophole the Universal thing is now they have She-Hulk, and if they bring back Scar, then they're gonna have She-Hulk and Scar, and then Bruce can just be kind of like whatever until they ever figure out the fucking licensing rights.
I mean, I want to say it's a risky risk, but at the same time, let's call it what it is. I mean, Marvel's still gonna make if the Hulk's gone, it ain't gonna kill Marvel, right?
So you got to think about now what did Bruce contribute? A lot of his brains, right? So we lost Tony, now we're losing Bruce as far as like the geniuses. So they're gonna
we
obviously be
lost Cap
replaced.
as well.
They're gonna well,
We lost
I'm thinking
Steve.
about like the brains here. So we're gonna replace
Oh,
the
okay.
brains.
Brain wise, okay.
We're gonna replace the brains with Shuri and Riri. I would assume, right? Those two are gonna come in. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I know, I
Mm-hmm.
know. So yeah, Cap is gone. He's replaced by Sam.
Yeah.
So whether or not they do a new Falcon, whatever. I don't think I don't know. Whatever they do there is whatever. But I'm just saying, like, they've already got these characters that are coming in to replace the old characters. So I don't see any reason that they bring Mark Ruffalo back, at least for the time being. They could have him do like little cameos here and there, but I don't think we're gonna really get Hulk again.
This I guess it's gonna. I guess that's the one interest about this She-Hulk to see if there is anything at the end that gives an indication on which side is going to be.
All right,
Whether we
and I
will
could be
get a little bit more
completely
Hulk later
wrong.
on, or if this is coming towards the end.
Yeah, I could be completely wrong. It could be proven very next episode he comes back to Earth and I'm just like completely wrong. But I'm just like looking at this, thinking about it as far as like money wise. You know what I mean? Uh, why would I continue to pay Universal? However, I know it's probably a lot of money to use the Hulk when I already have two other entities. Plus, She-Hulk. You have She-Hulk. You have Scar. You have technically Amadeus Cho, although it's a little different. You got these characters that you just be like, well, actually, I have these guys that are going to come into the works now, and I don't got to pay you shit. And we could just kind of like fuck up certain stories, like they already have been doing anyway, twisting things around. So to make it work. Here's
Go on, go on.
here's Rob saying that they will just bring. Oh, here we go. Here they'll just bring in Amadeus Cho to siphon all the gamma out of Bruce, and he will become the new Hulk. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, it always did. It was always funny to me because like Marvel before even all the crazy Universal stuff, before they really, that stuff kind of got out, they were saying beforehand when they first started the MCU started rolling, they was like, yeah, we don't plan on doing a Hulk movie because we don't think it's financially worth it. We don't think he would financially do good enough, considering how his last movies did. And this was after the latest Hulk movie. So, and they honest to God kept to it. And it was like the only time you'll get him is when you'll see him in other people's movies. And then obviously we saw him in Thor movies and this and that. So it's like, yeah, I mean,
Well,
it's
I
not
mean,
like they really believed in Hulk to begin with.
it was
And
a different
then,
time for superhero movies too.
true.
I mean, we're talking about Eddie Norton. What was that? 2006, 2007.
What was the last Hulk movie? Maybe
Or
2008. I felt like it was something like that.
2005. Let's see. Hulk, Eddie Norton, Edward Norton. Oh, you're right. 2008.
Okay, yeah, I felt it was 2008.
So we're talking about before Iron Man.
Because Tony
Hulk,
does show up in that
CGI.
movie though. He's at the end credit.
Oh, okay.
Because Tony shows up to talk about that they're building the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. It's been a very long time since I've watched this movie.
Tony shows up at the end to the Colonel or whatever, and he's like, yo, as a
To
group.
Thunderbolt?
But he was talking about the Avengers.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, he was like, we're building the group, and he's talking about the Avengers.
Gotcha.
So yeah, but like right when Tony and them was really popping off, and Iron Man was on great, and the MCU first really started popping. As I'm saying, the MCU, they came out and was like, yeah, you're not going to see a Hulk standalone movie. We don't feel it would financially be beneficial for us, like worth it.
And at that time, I think they're correct. But now, if we were to get if we were to get a Hulk like we've been getting the Hulk, it would not be financially.
That might be maybe that's the reason why they've been burying this dude to get closer to what you're saying. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna bury him more and more, and then just get rid of him.
Yeah, get rid of him, and then we're gonna do our own.
It's like in wrestling when if Vince would get tired of somebody, he would bury a wrestler to the point where he's just useless, and not useless for the company because it doesn't matter at this point, but to the buyers who would go after him after it's over. Like he goes to another company. All the fans are going to remember is the jobber that he was in WWE. So it's like they're doing that to the Hulk. And then if Universal was to do a standalone Hulk movie, all people are going to really remember is how much of a jobber and losers he's been in the MCU.
Right.
So you're hurting your competition moving forward. Maybe that could explain because the Hulk has been nothing but a loser.
Disney's playing chess, not checkers, right now.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I would still love. I really hope they do something like whether it's they got to do something with Scar, She-Hulk, whatever. I mean, I don't see She-Hulk reaching any kind of level of rage. Honestly, I think she's just because she's too much Jennifer. She's Jennifer Walters when she is She-Hulk, so it's there's no real rage there. But Scar, or if they do eventually come back to bringing Hulk around, I would love to see a solo film, but I think we might be among the minority on that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, I don't see it happening, but I'm with you. I think we might be that, but it would be cool. But yeah, oh man, it just depressed me, man, of how they've done the Hulk.
Yeah,
it was so much high especially after the first Avengers movie, how he was so much of a badass and everything. And they're just like, yo, maybe it's time for you to get angry. And he's just like, let me tell you my secret. I'm always angry. And then he transforms and he starts putting in the work. And then he had that moment with Loki and everything. Yep. That was great, man.
He had that moment with Thor, even when when they're standing next to each other and he punches them, which was funny. Yeah. It was like a good amount of good amount of humor there. He got into it with Black Widow. But it was
still badass behind it though, and he was built like a beast, like how the Hulk should be.
Yeah.
And then
that was the last time we really saw the Hulk
knocking on that door, and then it just went downhill from there.
Yeah, I mean, even like as much as Age of Ultron is not looked at as one of the more solid Marvel movies. It still has its moments for sure, and Hulk was nothing but crazy rage monster that he was throughout that movie. Again, taking down the city. Tony had to use the Hulkbuster. Only person that could calm him down was Black Widow. He was just destroying bunkers, tanks. Doesn't matter. He was just out there not talking, just fucking destroying shit. So yeah, that I mean, I guess that would be the last time that we really saw the Hulk for the Hulk.
Right.
Yeah, because that's when he flies up and he gets lost, right?
Yeah.
He takes the Quinjet and he just kind of, yeah, and then the Grandmaster
It's a
probably
shame, man.
anally probed him a couple times, and then that was it. That was the end of the Hulk, man.
That's what really broke him. That's what the real situation was. Hulk just don't want nobody to know, but that's what really broke him.
That's fucked up. Shit. But yeah, we'll get probably some more confirmations in a couple of days as far as the rumors and everything for the future of the MCU on Disney Plus Day. Again, Thor: Love and Thunder coming to Disney Plus on in 2 days as well. So if you want to rewatch or watch for the first time because you didn't feel like it was worthy of a ticket, you'll be able to. And then I think the last thing to talk about,
worth a ticket, and I don't know if it's worth rewatching, but if you haven't seen it for the first time, it's definitely at least, hey, give it a shot. At least watch it.
Yeah, I mean, just don't expect much going into it.
Don't expect anything going
expect
into it.
A good like 50-50 movie.
That's
right,
as
so
nice
last
as you're
thing
gonna get.
that I'll talk about is House of the Dragon. We talked a little bit about last week.
Yep, and I won $1,000 just throwing it out there. I don't have shit to do with anything, but just throwing it out there.
No, it don't. But Chris, aka Black Santa, throwing down that $1,000.
That's right.
From the Ohio State game. That's right.
Fuck out.
So, House of the Dragon. It was a decent episode this week. We got to see the brother who defected, the king's brother, go in and whoop some ass on this threat that had been happening. So the one thing I will say that's like kind of thrown me with this show is that every episode is like jumping forward in time, like a lot. So it is kind of like it's weird in that aspect. So like every episode is like a little snapshot. I guess it's just gonna keep going forward and forward and forward or whatever. Which I don't know how I feel about that yet. I guess we'll just see what happens.
Right.
But so we've jumped forward like 3 years in time. The I almost said the Hulk. The King has had his son. He has not still yet to name the son the true heir, which is like
so he has a son now.
He has a son with the second wife, who, if you remember, was like his daughter's lesbian partner ? It was like a very weird relationship going on there.
Because it wasn't confirmed that they was lesbian partners, but it was
correct. But it was very much hinted at. Yes, yeah. So she is now the queen. This person. And yeah, they had their baby, the boy, and she's pregnant again. So they've obviously been busy. Yeah. So he's going on a hunt to celebrate the son's second name day. Usually, I guess in their custom, the second birthday is when he names him as heir, I guess, because he's more likely to survive if he makes it to 2 years in that time period. He doesn't. So he doesn't do that. He's still technically, the daughter is still the heir. However, he's trying to like circumvent that by marrying her off, because as soon as she's married off, she no longer is the heir. So there's that kind of little story. She obviously doesn't want to marry. He can't
just change who he wants the heir to be?
He can, but he's trying to be too nice. Like, he loves his daughter, but also like he understands, what's supposed to happen. But he's like, how is it if something were to happen to me right now, how is a 2-year-old supposed to rule, type of thing.
Of course.
So he was like, there's basically going to be like a fight for the crown regardless. So at least right now, there's a true heir until the son gets a little older. But he's kind of trying to marry her off. So here's where we were talking about. So his one of his top advisors was like, why don't you marry your daughter to your son.
Yeah,
So
what we
that
were talking about, yeah.
Yep, so that there is no question at all. She can still rule. He will be king, and there you go. Your bloodline continues. So there's that little nugget that has been dropped, and I have a feeling that that is going to be what does occur. Either that, or she's going to marry her uncle. It's going to be one or the other. It's either
Bro,
she's going to
just think
marry her
about how
brother, or she's going to marry the uncle.
obviously it's sick, but just think about, like, how old is she?
She is 17.
And he's like, the kid is like what, 2, 3, what?
2 years old.
The kid is 2. So
Yep.
imagine how long it have to be for him to even come to age for them to even do that.
So it would be, they were talking about that. They were like, it would be a betrothal, which would come when he comes of age, which I think is like 13, 12 or
Yeah,
13 in
right.
that time. So yeah, they would have to wait a little while to get actually married. But yes, that is what the
That's
advisor
more than a little while.
was advising.
That's like 10, 11 years.
Yeah, it's a good decade.
Right.
But the advisor was saying that there would be no question. No one could fucking fight each other. You're not gonna have your queen now trying to kill your daughter, because there was a little bit of that. So even though this new queen and the king's daughter were the relationship is still
friends.
unclear.
We'll at least say close
at
friends.
least close friends, yes.
Right.
Perhaps lovers, but at least close friends.
Since
The king is still refusing to say that the boy is his heir, she's kind of side-eyeing her now. So I was sitting there thinking, oh, but that's what they fucking did back then. You know what I mean? If the king remarried,
Yeah.
first thing the queen did was kill everyone else.
Yeah,
so,
and it's just like what I was saying last week. I can legitimately see a story eventually going down the path of the sister trying to kill the brother.
Yep, or that,
because she wants to rule, and it's
She
like,
wants to
bro,
rule.
you're literally my biggest obstacle. You are literally my obstacle.
Yeah,
You need
and
to die.
how hard
And
is
then
it to
the
kill?
baby inside her belly needs to die.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
So how hard is it to kill a 2-year-old? You know what I mean? So
Right, and then
this is one of them
it's
things.
even easier to kill a girl with a baby in her stomach.
Yes, exactly. So it's either gonna go down one of a few ways. So one, she's gonna marry the brother. That's just kind of like she's gonna see reason, and that's her clearest form of power, is if she
Right.
marries the brother and she gets however many years of rule before the brother comes of age.
Right.
She's gonna marry her uncle, who is fucking insane and went on this crazy battle streak and is just like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill everybody and take everybody on. So that, which is less likely, I think, or the queen, this new queen, is gonna have a girl, and then the little boy and the little girl are gonna eventually get married. Rob says at 17 she would have already been married and had 2 kids in that era. Well, that's what the new queen is. The new queen is 17, married to the king, has a kid, one on the way. The only reason that the daughter, the first daughter, has not been treated that way is that the king is kind of trying to tiptoe around and respect the daughter's feelings, I guess, to the best of his ability.
Because she wants to be the heir, right?
She wants to be the heir, which means she doesn't want to marry. She doesn't want to have a kid. She wants it to be her, like her and her dragon, fucking tearing shit up.
So she seems capable, right?
She does, but it's not going to happen. I mean, knowing this show, it's not going to happen.
Okay.
Some crazy shit's going to go down.
Of course.
The king is definitely going to die. Whether it's this episode coming up or the next one, he is not long for this show. So I think he's next to go, and that's what's really going to roll everything else into motion. It's going to be like scramble time for who gets the power. Whether it's the queen, who basically is just like, no, fuck everybody, my son is the king. Or his daughter comes in and tries to start fucking murdering people, or tries to strategize and like, okay, I'll marry the son type of thing. It just, we'll see. But eventually some incest is going to go down, because we already know that from Game of Thrones, where they were talking about how the Targaryens have been marrying brother and sister for hundreds of years. Well, there's still yet to be any of that. and we're 150 years or 160 years, I guess, from Game of Thrones or before Game of Thrones. So it's gonna happen.
I mean, that's how it was back then for real. So, and I mean, a lot of clans in general are like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hell, honestly, like in Naruto, even though it's never stated at all,
Mm-hmm.
but I kind of feel the Uchiha clan is a lot of incest in it because they was really against marrying outside of the clan.
Mm-hmm.
So, how there were
At
so many of them?
at
Uh,
some point, you
hmm.
run out of.
Exactly. So because they was 100% against it. That's the reason why when Itachi ended up killing the rest of the clan out and he killed everybody, he killed the entire clan and only left Sasuke. Yeah, Sasuke and Itachi were the last two members of the Uchiha clan outside of Obito because he was still alive too. But he was looked at to be dead. But outside of him, it was just Itachi and Sasuke. And that was it.
And did they repopulate the clan?
No, but technically Sasuke did. He has married Sakura, so him and
Okay.
Sakura had a child. So their
Okay.
daughter is the next Uchiha member. So currently, the only two that's left now is just Sasuke and his daughter. That's it. They're the only two people who left from the entire clan.
Mm.
So when Sasuke dies, because spoiler alert, trust me, he's going to die. It hasn't happened yet, but it's all written on the screen. He's gonna die eventually. When Sasuke dies, it's literally just gonna be his daughter. She's the last Uchiha member left. That's it.
And when you're the last one,
So yeah,
you gotta do whatever it takes. But I mean that's at some point, I don't know. I think that's where it's gonna go. I think that apparently the daughter is gonna be recast. Like that's how old, like that's how much of a time jump that they're about to make. Whether it's
oh
this
yeah, okay.
upcoming episode or the next one.
So to have
And
an older version of because they might end up
yeah.
skipping into the 10 years or whatever, maybe.
Yep.
So the kid can be at the age where they need him to be at.
Yep. Which will be unfortunate, I think, just because I think she's done such a good job, but she has such a baby face, is what they were saying, that they had to recast her to make her look older. Like they couldn't do it with makeup or whatever. I was like,
that makes
really?
sense now.
Oh,
I mean, because
yeah.
if it's part of the story, unfortunately, you have to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
also,
so that
the good thing is though, since she's doing such a great job, this is going to open up more doors for her.
Oh, for sure. I think so too. I think that the that white hair blonde that she's got on now doesn't look great on her, but she'll do it good on in another role for sure. And then the only other thing I wanted to say about this show is that Henry Cavill and Elizabeth Olsen are being eyed at for season 2. So,
that's pretty cool.
Possibly getting some Superman Scarlet Witch action in the old season 2 of House of Dragons.
And those are two pretty good actors, man. Those are two good actors to put out
Extremely
there. So
good. Also,
great actors right now.
I will say Matt Smith, who I've only known really as I've seen him in 2 things. I've seen him in Doctor Who, which back when I watched Doctor Who, I thought he was decent. I still liked dude before him a little bit better, but
Doctor Who, that's the one where it's like a different Who each season, right?
Every couple of seasons, or sometimes they only last the season. Yeah, it's because he like changes bodies or whatever the energy. I don't remember exactly. I was never huge into it. I liked certain episodes, but yeah, he like his life force, it causes him to regenerate just because like he's always there. But he's in that like telephone looking thing that's actually a spaceship.
Because I don't know. I never could get in. I never really watched it. I knew it was super popular.
It still is, yeah.
And it still is. It's still going?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Damn.
It's been going since like the 60s, dude. Like this is like one of the longest shows of all time.
Has it been going that long?
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, props to him.
Yeah. Yeah, so Matt Smith, I know him from that, and I know him from the movie Last Night in Soho. I don't know if you watched that one. About he was pretty good. He was pretty good bad villain, I guess, in that movie. But now in this show, dude, he is showing what he's got for sure. Like he's
That's
coming
good.
all out,
That's good.
and he stole the episode, and he only had one line of dialogue. Like that should tell you something right there. Like he only had one line of dialogue in the whole episode, but he still took that fucking episode.
That
And
right there
so
shows that you're a really good actor. Like,
yeah,
honest to
so
God, when you can do that without even being able to talk or having one little line, but you can still steal the show, yeah, you're a beast.
yeah, so I'm excited for him to continue and see, if this transforms into anything else for him. Because
Okay.
really, I mean, not to downplay Doctor Who, but it's like this whole time is the guy from Doctor Who, but now it's like, oh, okay, this could make a new name for him, type of thing.
Right, right,
hmm Yeah,
right. Because he was
because
probably somewhat, cast as looked at as Doctor Who, the Doctor Who guy, and that was
yeah,
basically it.
well, it was a
Like how
very
Tobey
goof,
Maguire was looked at as just Spider-Man.
right, and he came into it. God, the guy before him, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. I always forget his name. He was the Purple Man in Jessica Jones, and one of the bad guys in the fourth Harry Potter. Jesus Christ, what is his name? Doctor Who, and
His name was John Cena. Do do do
God
do.
damn it, David Tennant is his name. I'm
Do,
losing my
do,
mind over
do,
here.
do.
So David Tennant was a lot more like gritty and serious of a doctor, and then Matt Smith came on, and he was like a lot more of a goofball. Uh,
Okay.
so he was very like over the top goofy.
Mhm.
Really didn't have as much of a serious side to him,
All
which
right.
is what turned me off to him. That's kind of when I stopped watching it as much. I was
I
just
got
like, whatever. So now it's like it's all serious. There is no goof at all to this character that he's playing now. So that's what I think is really going to
you.
turn it around for him. So just my opinion, of course.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I actually look
Um,
forward to those updates.
yeah. As
Of
opposed to
course,
you.
I always look forward to the She-Hulk updates.
I know you do. That's why I bring them to you every week, Chris.
That's
That's
why
what
you
I
bring
got
them.
for you. I'm like, damn, I gotta watch She-Hulk now just to update Chris. I feel obligated almost. You know what I mean? I
I
can't
mean,
go a week
honestly,
without
because
missing.
we both know I ain't watching that garbage, so it
That's
is up
right.
to you.
So I wait till it's almost time for the podcast, and I'm like, oh, God damn it. So I put turn it on. Like Chris is gonna be so angry if I don't watch this episode.
I'll be I'll be distraught, bro, if you didn't bring me that update. Bro. I'll be distraught. I don't know what I'll do.
Chris is gonna
God.
cry the entire week not knowing what happened on the She-Hulk.
I know, man. You don't want to see Black
Oh
Santa
my
that
God.
sad, bro. It's horrible. Might not get a Christmas this year.
All right, guys, we're gonna end it there. We appreciate you
Mm-hmm.
watching. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't
Smash
already.
it, mash
All
it,
that usual
elbow it,
nonsense.
headbutt it, whatever you gotta do.
Oh my goodness! All right, yeah, all of that. Do all of it
Of
twice,
that.
and we will catch you next Tuesday at 9 p.m. As always, we appreciate you. As always, stay villainous and
Fuck the Fantastic Four.